There are things that every player has done in GTA 5, so in this video we're going to be going over 30 different things that every single player has done in this game. And starting with number 1, it's going to be quite an easy one. It's going to the shoe store and buying yourself some really nice shoes. Every player can admit that they've at least done this once. Number 2 on the list is going to be trying to drive without breaking any rules. Now from my own experience, this gets boring really quickly. I mean, I can't see myself doing this for more than like 2 minutes because of how boring it gets. Number 3 on the list is going to be picking up civilians to give them a ride home. You know, it's always good to help out the community, and I'm sure we've all done this at least once. For number 4, it's going to be modding streetcars. Now the game's been out for like 11 years now, and this is still such a fun thing to do. There's just something about grabbing like a minivan and dropping like 300k in modifications on it. Number 5 on the list is going to be jumping the fence and getting into the military base to grab a jet. Now I know at this point of the game there's so many easier ways to do this, but this way to get into the military base is still the classic one. It's the most fun one to do. And since we're talking about the military base, we can go ahead and talk about the yellow barriers on the highway right behind the military base and talk about that we need to run over every single one of these, and if we just miss one of these, we're gonna feel guilty for it for absolutely no reason. Number 7 on the list is gonna be jumping the ramp by the airport and hitting the red car. I don't know why, but whenever going up this ramp, it's just so hard not to hit that red car. For some reason, we always end up running into it. Now, since we're talking about the airport, we can talk about the ramp to get into the airport. We always tell ourselves that we have to take this ramp to get into the airport instead of just using the normal entrance. Next on the list is going to be beating up the valet by the casino for absolutely no reason. To this day, I still don't know why I do this every time I go to the casino, but there's just something about going up to the valet and just punching him in the face. Number 10 on the list is going to be killing NPCs when they crash into you. You guys all know how this feels when they crash into you, or where you're walking on foot and they just run you over. It is the most annoying thing ever, and killing them and getting your revenge right after that is just such a satisfying and a rewarding feeling. Next up on the list might just be me, but I'm sure a lot of players do this. It's just getting on the train for absolutely no reason. Every once in a while I literally just get on this train and I'll go around the map with it and just sit there and just watch everything happen. Now this next one I know every single player has done in this game, and it's getting a plane from the airport and trying to land it somewhere in the city. Everyone in this game likes to think that they're really good pilots, so every once in a while when they're flying a plane, they'll land it in the city on a busy road, and if they can land it properly without dying, that's a way of telling themselves that they're a great pilot. Number 13 on the list is something I do every single day, and I will continue to do this, and it's going to be to steal your car from the impound instead of paying the $250. I don't care how much money I have in this game. I might have like 30 million and I'll still not pay that $250 just because of the fact that they made me go all the way here and the fact that they don't deserve that $250. Number 14 on the list is going to be getting to the corner by the top of the map and flying off by accident because of how sharp this turn is, and usually by the time we realize that we have to slow down, it's already too late. Number 15 is one that most players will do to lose the cops, and it's going underground in the sewers by the casino because you know the cops aren't gonna go down there, and you can lose your cops pretty quickly under there. Now we made it halfway into the video, so if you're still here, make sure you guys drop a like and subscribe to the channel. But for number 16, it might just be me, but it's going to be trying to do tricks with the plane and end up crashing it. I happen to do this too many times where I'm just flying around and I'll try and go under a bridge, or I'll try and go through like 2 buildings and I'll just end up crashing into the building. Next on the list is going to be shooting at car tires to make them crash. I do this with NPCs a lot when I'm driving, and to get them off the road I'll usually shoot at one of the tires and I'll just watch them swerve off and crash into the side. Next up is kind of a toxic one, but I'm sure every player has done this at least once, and it's waiting outside of Los Santos customs for someone that's modding their car, and once they get out you pretty much just blow them up. We've all done this a bunch of times where we just put a bunch of sticky bombs around it, or just put a bunch of mines all over Los Santos customs and wait for players to come out. Now next on the list might just be me, and it probably is, but it's blowing myself up by accident with the oppressor. Sometimes I'll get in it and I'll accidentally just press the missile button and I'll just absolutely blow myself up right there. Number 20 is a fun challenge and it's driving on the other side of the highway. I'm sure you've all done this at least once, but seeing how fast and how far you can go driving on the other side of the highway, it's actually a really fun challenge. And as we're talking about driving on the other side of the highway, for number 21, it's going to be taking the exit on the other side of the highway because it is faster. Whenever I'm in a hurry, I usually take that exit instead of the normal one. Number 22 on the list is another toxic one, but we've all done this, I'm sure of it at least once. And it's pretty much putting a bunch of sticky bombs on your car and driving around and blowing people up. And I'm sure you guys have all done it with car meets as well. Number 23 on the list is something we've all struggled with, and it's spawning on the top of the mountain and trying to get down and you having to kill yourself multiple times and constantly keep jumping to your death. This is still such an annoying thing in GTA 5, but it's something we all go through. Number 24 on the list is always going to the airport just to do a drag race or to test the car's speed out. And because we're at the airport, number 25 is going to be trying to land a plane at the airport, but trying to do it professionally and trying to actually get it landed on the runway. I'm sure we've all done this at least once where we try and actually land this professionally. Number 26 might just be me, but doing a sell mission and getting your delivery vehicle stuck, and then I pretty much start stressing because I think I'm gonna fail the sell mission. But I'm sure this happens to most of you, especially with the slow sell vehicles like the postal vans and the garbage trucks. Next on the list is something we all do, but none of us actually talk about it, and it's whenever we start a mission and we need to get to a certain location, we always try and race with the people beside us to see who can get there first, but no one actually talks about it. Number 28 on the list is going to be trying to get as drunk as you can in your apartment and trying to play the game while you're drunk. Next on the list is a toxic one, and it's going to be crashing into people on purpose during races. The reason this is here is because you guys all do this, because whenever I try and do a race, someone always crashes into me, so you guys can't tell me that you don't do this. And last on the list is going to be realizing that you have no snacks in the middle of the mission and realize that you forgot to grab some before the mission started. So those are the 30 things we've all done in GTA 5. If you guys enjoyed this video, please drop a like and subscribe to the channel, and check out this video right here where I talk about the 13 fun things to do when you're bored in GTA 5. But really guys, I'll see you in the next one.